Hello everyone, ShapeSnatchX here. In this video I will present you the Johnson Archetype. The Johnson Archetype was first introduced in February 2024. Let's start with the monsters. Johnson, Master of Brexit. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one Johnson monster from your GY. You can only special summon Johnson, Master of Brexit once per turn this way. The original ATK of this card is equal to 400x the number of Johnson spells/traps that are banished or in your GY. You can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add one Johnson spell/trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of a Johnson, Master of Brexit once per turn. Cycling Johnson. This card's name becomes Johnson, Master of Brexit while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. If you control a face-up Johnson card, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Cycling Johnson once per turn this way. If you control another Johnson monster, this card can attack directly. Once per turn, you can target one other face-up monster you control, change its battle position, and if you do, it gains 280k. Johnson the Entertainer. This card's name becomes Johnson, Master of Brexit while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. You can discard this card, add one Circus Johnson from your deck to your hand. If you control Circus Johnson, you can special summon this card from your hand or GY, but if you summon it from the GY, place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. If this card is special summoned, you can target one spell/trap your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use each effect of Johnson the Entertainer once per turn. Circus Lion. If you control a Circus continuous spell or field spell, you can special summon this card from your hand, then, if you control a warrior monster, you can reduce this card's level by 2. If this card is special summoned, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect you can target one warrior monster you control. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control and that target. You can only use each effect of Circus Lion once per turn. Circus Elephant. If you control a Circus continuous spell or field spell, you can special summon this card from your hand, then, if you control a warrior monster, you can reduce this card's level by 2. If this card is special summoned, you can destroy one spell/trap your opponent controls. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect you can target one warrior monster you control. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control and that target. You can only use each effect of Circus Elephant once per turn. Johnson the Horror Clown. Johnson, Master of Brexit plus 2 Fiend and/or Illusion monsters. This card's name becomes Johnson, Master of Brexit while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. You can only use each of the following effects of Johnson the Horror Clown once per turn. If this card is special summoned, banish one card on the field. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to this effect's activation. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon one Johnson warrior monster from your GY. Giant Johnson. 1+ tuners plus Johnson, Master of Brexit. This card's name becomes Johnson, Master of Brexit while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. If this card is synchro summoned, you can destroy face-up cards on the field up to the number of synchro materials used to synchro summon it. You can only use this effect of Giant Johnson once per turn. Gains 180k for each card your opponent controls. Cannot be targeted by your opponent's monster effects. Rugby Johnson. 2 level 4 monsters, including Johnson, Master of Brexit. This card's name becomes Johnson, Master of Brexit while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. You can detach one material from this card, then target one monster on the field, change its battle position. Quick effect you can target this card you control and one monster your opponent controls, return them to the hand. You can only use each effect of Rugby Johnson once per turn. That does it for the monsters. Now it's time for the spells and traps. Circus Johnson. During your main phase, you can add one circus card, except Circus Johnson, from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot link summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except Earth monsters. If the battle position of a face-up beast or warrior monsters you control is changed by a card effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower clown monster from your hand or deck, but negate its effects. Also, it is treated as a tuner and cannot be used as link material. You can only use each effect of the Circus Johnson once per turn. Circus Taming. This card is always treated as a Johnson card. If you control Circus Johnson or a monster whose original name is Johnson the Entertainer, activate one of these effects. Special summon one Circus Beast monster from your hand or GY. All Circus Beast monsters you control gain 1000 ATK until the end of the next turn. Also, if they attack a defense position monster, they inflict piercing battle damage. Take control of one beast monster your opponent controls. You can only activate one Circus Taming per turn. Johnson Ice Cream. Target one effect monster your opponent controls, equip that target to Johnson, Master of Brexit you control, and if you do, gain 1000 LP. You can only activate one Johnson Ice Cream per turn. Johnson Reborn. Target one Johnson, Master of Brexit in your GY, special summon it. If a Johnson monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your GY instead. You can only use each effect of Johnson Reborn once per turn. Dark Secret of the Circus. This card is always treated as a Johnson card. When your opponent activates a card or effect, banish one monster whose original name is Johnson the Entertainer from your hand, face-up field, or GY, special summon one Johnson the Horror Clown from your extra deck, but return it to the extra deck during the end phase. You can only activate one Dark Secret of the Circus per turn. Johnson Bluff. When a spell/trap card, or monster effect is activated while you control Johnson, Master of Brexit, the activated effect becomes both players gain 500 LP. You can only activate one Johnson Bluff per turn. Alright. Well, all of the cards taken care of, let's get over some combos. First combo, Mirror Knight plus Johnson the Entertainer. Normal summon Mirror Knight. Effect Mirror Knight, special summon Baphomet from the deck. Effect Baphomet, add Gazelle and Chimera Fusion to your hand. Activate Chimera Fusion, fusion summon Chimera the King of Phantom Beasts. Effect Chimera, your opponent discards one random card during the end phase. Effect Baphomet, special summon Mirror Knight from the GY. Effect Gazelle, add Kodal to your hand. Effect Chimera Fusion, return it to the hand. Activate Chimera Fusion, fusion summon Baphomet the mythical king of phantom beasts. Effect Baphomet, send King Tiger Wanghu to the GY. Discard Entertainer to add Circus Johnson to your hand. Activate Circus Johnson. Effect Circus Johnson, add Dark Secret of the Circus to your hand. Set Dark Secret. Banish Chimera from the GY to special summon Wanghu from the GY. Second combo, Mirror Knight plus Johnson the Entertainer. Normal summon Mirror Knight. Effect Mirror Knight, special summon Baphomet from the deck. Effect Baphomet, add Gazelle and Chimera Fusion to your hand. Activate Chimera Fusion, fusion summon Chimera the King of Phantom Beasts. Effect Chimera, your opponent discards one random card during the end phase. Effect Gazelle, add Kodal to your hand. Effect Baphomet, special summon Mirror Knight from the GY. Effect Chimera Fusion, return it to the hand. Set Chimera Fusion. Discard Entertainer to add Circus Johnson to your hand. Activate Circus Johnson. Effect Circus Johnson, add Dark Secret of the Circus to your hand. Set Dark Secret. Effect Mirror Knight, special summon Baphomet from the deck. Effect Berfamut, add Gazelle and Chimera fusion to your hand. Activate Chimera fusion, fusion summon Guardian Chimera. Effect Performant, special summon Mirror Knight from the GY. Effect Gazelle, add Nightmare Apprentice to your hand. Effect Guardian Chimera, draw 2 cards and destroy 1 card.